Everybody, welcome back to Flag/Fan Friday, our last one of 2017 before we close off this year. All right, first off, damage control. At the end of the episode, I accidentally said Kyrgyzstan is coming up. It's not. Kuwait is coming up next, not Kyrgyzstan. When I made the video, I was just so fixated and focused on South Korea that I didn't even think about the alphabet. So I'm sorry, Kuwait will be the first episode of 2018. Anyway, as you know, this episode kind of meant a lot to me because, as you know, I'm half Korean. My mom was in the episode. I lived in Korea for a short period of time. And if you caught that last little clip at the end of the episode, I dedicated the video to my father who passed away. So anyway, yeah, I'm excited to do this last episode before the year is over, and we got to cover the flag and emblem and stuff like that. So without further ado, you know what's funny? I don't really have a lot of South Korean subscribers off of YouTube. I mean, they have YouTube in South Korea, but most South Koreans like to watch their online media off of Daum or Bada. Oh, one thing I really wanted to talk about, but I just didn't have enough time in the episode. There's a tribe in Indonesia called the Jia. They actually adopted the Korean script Hangul for their native language, but it was kind of discontinued in 2012. So for a short period of time, they were the only people group outside of Korea that used the Korean script for their language. Oh, and also I forgot to mention the largest cities and airports. Weird, like I almost never forget that. So anyway, outside of the capital city Seoul, the next largest cities are Busan and Daegu, and the busiest airports are Seoul's Incheon International Airport, Jeju International, and Busan's Kimhae International. Yeah, I can't believe I forgot to mention those in the episode. Anyway, the flag. The flag of South Korea, known as the Daegukgi, is made up of three parts: the white banner, the Daeguk, or the yin-yang circle in the center, and black trigrams flanked on the four corners just off the central Daeguk symbol. White is a traditional color in Korea as it was used in daily attire for most people in the 19th century, symbolizing peace and purity. The circle in the middle is a Daeguk symbol, derived from the Chinese yin-yang philosophy, which is meant to portray the balance of the universe, red being the positive cosmic forces, and blue being the negative ones. The trigrams in each of the corners represent a multitude of different elements relating to harmony. You have Gon, Ri, Gam, and Gon, which can respectively stand for things like the celestial bodies of heaven, sun, moon, and earth, the seasons of spring, autumn, winter, and summer, east, south, north, and west, humanity, justice, intelligence, and courtesy, father, daughter, son, and mother, air, fire, water, and earth, and justice, tuition, wisdom, and vitality. Whew, that's actually kind of cool, especially like the trigram things, like they each mean things that harmonize. Keep in mind, this flag was actually really only adopted in the 1880s as they kind of needed some kind of banner to distinguish themselves apart from the Japanese. Which brings us to the national emblem. The emblem is pretty simple. It's just the same Daeguk symbol imposed on the national flower, the Rose of Sharon, surrounded by a ribbon with the title 대한민국, which means the Republic of Korea. Prior to this, they had an emblem which was basically just the Daeguk symbol with the trigram smashed into a circular format pattern, which it actually looked kind of cool. And prior to that, they used this seal, which was used for the provisional government of Korea back when the Japanese kind of occupied them. So in a nutshell, as you can see, Korea's flag and emblem kind of follow this deep-rooted system of traditional imagery that tells a story of harmony. All right, so that tops it off, which means you know what time it is. Geography fan mail time. All right, let's just jump into it. Let's start opening them. Adi, thank you for sending this cool postcard from Kyoto, Japan. Thomas, thank you for sending this from Liverpool. I think your name is Jan. Thank you for sending this from Lyon. He says, la deuxième plus grande ville de France, Marseille ne compte pas. Really, what's wrong with Marseille? Yeah, okay. Kai, who is a Vietnamese trainee of an agriculture exchange program, sends this from South Dakota. Frank from Ohio sends this from New York. And Daniel sends this incredibly American letter with an incredibly American postcard. He says, writing you from the most boring state, North Carolina. Dude, North Carolina is not that boring. You guys got a lot of stuff going for you. You got great basketball. My buddies Rhett and Link are from there. By the way, I'm not saying my buddies Rhett and Link because I'm trying to exploit them for my popularity. Like, I haven't hung out with them a lot, but they do know me. Like, if you ask them who's Paul from Geography Now, they'll say, yeah, they know who I am. At least I hope they will. Rhett and Link, when you're done with your tour, let's hang out sometime. Yeah, I'll get you some pizza or something. But the pizza will be like made out of bug flour or something. I don't know. You guys eat a lot of weird stuff. Anyway, moving on. Jordan from Montana, thank you for sending the banknotes from Russia and Mexico, and he really liked the Guinea-Bissau episode, so he drew a flag. Benjamin from Missouri wrote his letter off of a 100-year-old typewriter. Hugo, who is from the town of Reading in the UK, and he sends a flat cap. I apologize if it's too small or too big. Seems to fit all right. Andy, who lives in Auckland, New Zealand, but he is originally from the UK, specifically Westmoreland, which is what this flag is from. All right, well, today's just gonna be British overload. He sends these really cool postcards. Kendall mint cakes, which he says Sir Edmund Hillary used to help him while he was climbing up Mount Everest. Ooh, that sounds great. Christoph from Poland sends these really cool postcards. And no surprise, a Poland flag. And you sent me your workbooks, I guess? Oh my gosh, you put so much work and years of labor into this. Christoph, this is really cool. However, I don't read or understand Polish. I mean, if this was like Korean, French, or Spanish, I'd probably do a lot better, but I'm sorry, I don't understand anything you wrote in here, but thank you for sending them. All right, we got Will, who is originally from the San Francisco Bay Area, but he joined the Navy on submarine, which is how he visited South Korea, Japan, and Singapore. Will, just like I do for all the other military geography peeps, I salute you for your service. And he said he was able to visit Nepal and India, which he fell in love with. India snack, nutcracker, India keychain, even though at the bottom it says made in China. These beautiful India and Nepal postcards, including this beautiful one that opens into a pop-up. And finally, a big, beautiful India flag. But the cool thing about this is that it's made out of like nice, high quality cotton fabric. It's like you can see the little fibers. It's really high. This is amazing. Wow. Marshall from Minnesota. He is very interested in Iceland, Estonia, and Panama. Matthew from California. He sends an old Euro UEFA sticker book. If you follow a soccer player, you can collect their stickers. Guys, I'm gonna have to confess, I'm a little bit of a soccer bandwagoner. I really only watch it during the World Cup. But, you know, I appreciate the sport. You know, it takes a lot of skill and talent to play. Caleb from Winnipeg, Manitoba, Canada. He says he goes to a French immersion school. He says, vos vidéos sont très drôles. Je veux être aussi intelligent que toi quand je serai grand. Oh, you! Well, Caleb, I'm pretty sure that vous pouvez parler français mieux que moi. He sends a Canada National Parks tote bag. My mom will flip over this. She loves tote bags. And of course, a Winnipeg, Canada shirt. Fun side note, Winnipeg is the murder capital of Canada. Last year, I believe they had 6 murders. Ooh. Anyway, thanks a lot, Caleb. Winnipeg, Manitoba. Woohoo! Represent. And finally, Anthony, who is Ukrainian. He says he's been watching since the 3rd grade. It's so crazy how like young kids and old people watch this show. He is Uzbek and Ukrainian. Ah, that's cool. And he really liked the Bolacha thing in the Brazil episode. He sends some really cool Ukrainian currency, these fridge magnets, a Ukraine wristband, and this thing, it looks like some kind of mace. Thank you, Anthony. Really appreciate that. Ukraine, you did them proud. All right, guys, so that's about it. But before we go, you know what time it is? It is return address contest. I put all of your return addresses in here, and I pick one out, and whoever wins, I send a little gift to. All right, so I'm not gonna look, just gonna pick one. Debbie from Baguio City, Philippines. You just won, Debbie. So guys, this is so cool. Once again, I love it when you send all these cool things, putting your hometowns and your countries on display. Thank you for watching. Subscribe if you'd like. You've just been flagged. Stay cool, stay tuned.